more than glad to be in the last day of your first photo exhibition. Even if you are from Armenia, the exhibition happens in Lefkada. Can you present yourself and tell us more about you and how this idea of the exhibition occurred?
Okay, thank you very much first of all for this interview. Yes, I am, as you said, Tamara, and I am from Armenia, and during this 1 year in Lefkada, I was doing my European volunteering service, and my project was actually about EVS promotion. So during this 1 year, I was trying to experiment actually a lot of things through which I can promote EVS. And we have some volunteers working in the Roma community, and also another part of the volunteers who've been working in elderly with seniors. So I started visiting them just, to help and whatever. And then in June, I got my camera and I started to mess around with it a lot, so I kind of got interested in it. And I started going to the places, to take photos and etc., etc. And then I somehow understood that, especially with seniors and elderly, I kind of through my photos created a story, and I was going through them and I was thinking, okay, maybe we can put two things together, let's say art and the promotion and whatever, and do a nice job and also to inspire. So, but when I was taking photos, actually, I never thought I will exhibit them. I was taking photos just to make myself busy and to do interesting stuff.
How difficult was it to take photos? Because basically the exhibition is split in between two topics, if you want. On one hand you have the gypsy community, on the other you have the old people in the elderly care. Was it difficult to take the shots? And I'm asking you that because we all know that in Greece the society is a bit closed.
Yeah. The thing is that I was expecting that with the kids it will be harder work than with seniors, but not exactly, because okay, they were very enthusiastic. The first day actually they were very shy. It was very hard not to ask them because I wanted everything to be natural, But then once they see that I'm taking photos and then I was showing the photos, they were all enthusiastic, running around and posing for me. And I was asking, and when you don't speak the language and you cannot express yourself, and not all the time I had the translators with me. So I think with working with kids was only that part difficult because it was out of control, everything. So, but with seniors it was more emotionally hard because when I was going there and I was doing the shootings, they cannot speak, they cannot express themselves. Okay, some yayas, they were also posing for me, like they're, moving their heads and, making corrections on themselves. But at the same time, some of them, they were not against probably me taking photos because for sure, they would make me understand. But sometimes they were giving this look, it's like I have a gun. And also the hardest part, I think, working with the seniors was I was shooting them and kind of emotionally I was connecting with them, because once you shoot, it's not only on your camera and it's kind of in your memory, and then the second day or after a week you go to see this person, to show the photos, and they say that she's or he is dead. So emotionally it was very hard experience for me to work with seniors. So another time I was asked to go back and it's kind of to finish story by one of my friends. I went there and I understand that it was closed for me. So basically, the photos that are exhibited, they're chosen from my 2 visits. Okay, maybe I could have been made a better job if I would go there very often, so I would have more photos to choose. But it was very hard. It was very hard to go there every time and
and
to go through
intense,
these. Yes.
Okay, but out of all the photos that you exhibited this time on your first exhibition, if you were to choose one, or I don't know, which is your favorite moment? Which is your favorite photo out of all that you've been exhibiting?
Yeah, I've been asked that question a lot actually. I don't know why. Okay, I like all of my works, honestly, and it's really very hard to choose. But if I will have to choose, I think I will choose this kid from Roma community. From the very first visit, I got very connected with him, and I was like, is it possible to adopt him? Would they let me to take him home with me? Because I don't know, he was this two different kind of persons. Like he could be very active, like run around and jump around, but at the same time he could be so balanced, so calm. Like everybody are jumping around and he's looking on everybody
like a grown up.
Yeah, like a grown up. He had these two very different from each other personalities, and I don't know. And it was very interesting to work with him. He was all the time very natural, and he was. And sometimes even he was around the space, but when he was singing with camera, he was really very shy and was looking, I don't know. So it was like I was getting this flow of energy with him. And actually with all the kids when I was working, they were like giving me a lot of energy and motivation to continue. So it was nice. But honestly, I cannot really choose one photo because all of them, they're a separate story for me. So I cannot,
For me, it's really interesting the fact that you were playing. Now I realize a lot to the extremes with this exhibition, shooting children and after old people. There is a saying that actually old people is children with a life experience. So I don't know, was it for you, do you find a connection between the way you created the stories and the photos in the gypsy community and the way you created the stories and the photos in the elderly care? Is there a connection? I mean, the emotions were more or less the same?
You know how it was? It was actually a lot of children in Roma community, they've been also behaving themselves like grown-ups, that you will never, like when I was going there, some little kids, they were jumping around, and some other kids even I had this kid, free spirit, in this photo, and he was all the time calming everybody down, he was like making everything balanced, and like he never understand me. I until now I don't know, maybe he was feeling that I ask everybody, please people calm down, I want to take your photos, I need to work with you, and he was all the time saying something really probably just calming people down,
like some sort of director.
He was like some sort of director of that show. And with elderly, I think for me what I believe is that the best photos that you can take is you have to take with like children and with old people, because there's two different kind of emotions that they give. It's like a lifelong emotion, because it's like you have sad moments in your life and you have like happy moments in your life. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's very hard. So for me it was like extremes,
And you have beginnings and endings,
and
of course.
endings, exactly.
What I wanted to ask you, because I'm curious, given the fact that the topic, or not the topic, but the purpose of the exhibition was the fact that we are all volunteers here in Lefkada.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, apart the emotional message that your photos for sure are sending to everybody who had the chance to see them, what should be the social message? What should people understand? What should we do with these two categories?
I think one of my motivations to do this, it was to inspire people, not only people of my age, because I've been interacting these last months, with different very talented people, and I could not understand why they didn't want to do something with it. And yesterday, actually, we have this talk also with my teacher, and she asked me, what is the main reason that you do it? And I was like, besides promotions and emotional message and just to wanted to show my work and etc., to hear people's opinion, my first motivation was also to do it, to make people understand that if I can do it, that you can do it too. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because at some point, you need to start at some point, right? To know if it's something that you want to do, if you're good at it, if you need to improve, or you're already on the peak. So for me, it was like that. I was challenging myself, and now I want to challenge them. So I hope everybody will think that if Tamara can do it, I can do it too.
Yes,
I wanted to inspire.
It is true, but on the other hand, for sure, the talent is something that you cannot like give to everybody, and for sure you are a gifted person. I mean, in my opinion, you were also lucky because you had the camera, you had the topics, but you also had the talent, and this is something that you cannot share. It's either you have or you don't. What I want to ask you, like as a last question, you are very soon going to leave from our small island of Lefkada. What plans do you have related to photography? Where are you going to travel?
That's a good question. Well, I think I will be shooting a lot in my city because there are a lot of topics I want to touch. I don't have any plan right now, or a plan as a project to work on right now, but I have also a lot of friends who actually also been inspiring me before a lot and helping me with some ideas. So maybe we will try to do something about my city because we have a lot of topics, messages, and they're very actually sad messages to touch. So maybe, yeah, I will work a bit in my city, and then I don't really want to plan. So the first thing I want to do is just to go home and to see where my feelings will lead me, and according to it, I will move and move on. But I think I will continue. It was a very good escape for me to do photos, and it was very joyful work for me. So,
well, we can only wish you good luck and hope that we will hear from you, I don't know, from another corner of this world with second and third and so on exhibition.
Thank you very much.